Okay, I made a video a while back about scraping bottom growth off the bottom of my boat, and my boat, the bottom paint got wore off on the very bottom of the keel because of the marina I was in. They didn't dredge it for like 20 years, and so my boat would sit on the bottom every 6 hours, and well, actually every 12 hours. Low tides every 12 hours. So I think it was wearing my bottom paint off, but I'm not really sure. So I put a camera down there and looked at it, and it's strange. There's all this bottom growth right on the very bottom of the keel, but the rest of the hull is not too bad, just mainly grass growing. So I come up with a way to scrape the bottom growth off the bottom of the keel with this here, and this is just I got it stripped down here, but I do have this. It's like a putty knife on the end of this pole, and this is a pole for that normally has a brush on the end of it for cleaning your boat, and it telescopes out, so it's real long. But the problem is it's not long enough. When I was doing the bottom, getting all the way to the very bottom of my keel, which my draft on my boat is 6 feet. This handle was like almost underwater, and I had to lean way over the dock to scrape, and I was about ready to fall in the drink. So I need a way to extend this pole out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to have to remove this handle grip, this red handle grip here on the end, and then I'm going to put this PVC pipe on the end of this and bolt it on, and that should extend it out. So hopefully it'll reach, and well, I'm sure it'll reach, but hopefully it'll work. This is PVC, and it's pretty strong, so I'm sure it'll be fine. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and remove this handle. So it's on really tight. So what I need to do is just kind of loosen it. So I'm going to take a screwdriver, a flat screwdriver, and I'm going to go up under here and see if I can't loosen it. And just work my way around here. Okay. Okay, I got it. It's twisting now. Just twist it off. I think. There, got it. So this is off now. Now let's see if this will fit inside the PVC, which I'm sure it will, I think. And oh yeah, it fits really good. It's nice and tight. It's perfect. Well, this is going to work good. Okay, perfect. Look at that. Okay, so now I'm going to have to cut the end of this pipe off. This PVC tube I was using as a chimney sweep for my stove. And so I cleaned my chimney in the spring after the winter, after I was using it. It was sooted up. So I'm going to sacrifice this. I can make another one, and the end's all icky here. And so I'm going to use my PVC cutter. This is the best way to cut PVC tube, is with a cutter here for cutting PVC tube. I used to, use a saw, or I'd use my Dremel tool to cut it, and I'd have all kinds of little pieces of plastic going everywhere. So this will cut PVC tubing without making a mess. So that's what I'm going to do. So this just ratchets, and it's real easy to cut tubing, but this don't look like it's cutting too straight. I'm up against this this piece here that's been glued on, so that might be my problem. And there it is. Done. So how's that look? Oh yeah, it looks good enough. Okay, so now I got this piece I'm going to extend out. So now I got to figure out how far into this other pole I want to go with it. It doesn't have to go real far, just far enough to be strong. So probably I'm going to go in, I think that far will be good. So it's going in about 4 inches, right to there. Okay, I'm going to put a piece of tape here on it in case it moves. That way I can see if it's going to move while I drill it. So now I'm going to have to drill through this and then through bolt it. Okay, so that's good. I just need to drill it with just one bolt, and I got to decide which one I'm going to go with the drill. So I'm going to kind of keep it even with everything else I've done here. So I think I'll go right about here. So I'm going to go ahead and mark it and see if we can turn it upside down. Okay. I'm just going to put a mark on here. So I think right about here is good. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to check and see just exactly where I'm at with the depth. Okay, that's good. That'll be fine. So now I'm going to go ahead and drill this. Wow, I'm going into the metal. It's cutting really good. I'm surprised. So I'm just going to keep going with it. I see metal coming, twisting its way out. Oh, this is great. It's cutting really good. And there it is. I'm through the metal. Okay, so I'm just going to keep going, I think. Let's see what I got. I'm going to have to extend this drill bit out. Well, that was easy. Make sure it's not really tight. And see if I'm as lucky going through the other side. I'm going to try to make sure I get it straight. Oh, I think I broke the bit. I just broke this bit. And that was a good one too. It was cutting really good, so. Well, it happens. So now I'm gonna go ahead and I think I'm gonna leave this right where it's at. Just put another bit on and keep going. I tried to move it a little bit and it just snapped. Damn, all right. Okay, it's going. Yep, it went through. Okay, Now, without moving it, I'm going to go with a bigger drill bit because I'm going to have to get it to this size here. And so I'm just going to go. Now there's a pilot hole all the way through, so it'll drill easy all the way through. So even with a dull bit, it should drill easily. Let's see what this size is. Okay, this should work now. Yep. And there it is. Ooh, barely enough. But yes, it's going through. And so this should work. Now I just need to find that nut that I had for it. Oh, there it is. And put the nut on here just for now. I probably should put a lock washer on it. And I don't even know if I got enough sticking out of the end here for a lock washer, but definitely is going to fit. So yeah, I can probably put a lock washer on it. I need to find one somewhere, but I'm just going to tighten this finger tight for now. And there it is. So I extended this pole out now, another 3.5 feet maybe. And it'd be nice if it was longer, but yeah, that feels good. That's going to be plenty strong. So now this pole is a lot longer now than it was. And this extends out a long ways. So yeah. Better be careful and not hit my neighbor's boat. But oh, hey, it clicked in. So now I think this is plenty long enough. So now all I got to do is put flotation on here. Actually, what I need to do is probably get one of those pool noodles and put on here because they're round, they have a hole in it, and I can just zip tie it on. I have some other foam that I was using, and I may just go ahead and put some of that foam on temporarily now. I think I'm going to get a pool noodle. It'll just look a lot nicer, and I can cut it to length. So this looks good. I'm going to put some foam on here, and then I'm going to go try it out and see if it's an improvement. I'm not going to put a camera on it this time. My fishing camera, I have a fishing camera that I have a screen, a monitor I can watch live as I was doing this, which is really good because then I can see what's going on as I'm working and hopefully not miss any spots. Problem is the screen is about impossible to see outside in the daylight. Even if I put it in, I have this little sun shade thing that goes around the screen, and I still can't really see the screen good enough. So what I need to do is put the camera on it, a really bright light on it, a waterproof light, and then do it at night so I can see the screen. Then I could probably see it just fine. And I may try that, but right now I just want to see how the reach is. And so I extended this out. It should make it a lot better. So let's see what happens. I'll get some foam and do that. This foam is not working good. It's sliding like this. So when it goes into the water, it slides up the pole. I had it a lot tighter when I started, but it's gotten loose. So I'm going to replace this foam with a pool noodle. So this is going to go on here. I think I'm going to go all the way up to where the connector is, and hopefully that'll keep it from sliding. And this might be a little too much buoyancy. What I like about this is it's smaller in diameter because this was kind of hitting into the hole, which was also causing it to move. And so I'm going to remove this. I'm going to put this on. And I'm going to try again, see what I get. To make this easy, instead of taking this putty knife thing off the end here, which is kind of hard to get bolted on because the bolt's so short, I'm going to break it loose right here and just slide it on this way. I'll have to cut the pool noodle down some. And get this out of the way. Slide the pull noodle on. Hopefully this is going to work. And yeah, good, perfect. Okay, now I got to cut it where it connects, and so I'll just pull it back out. Okay, so I got this cut down, and I'm just going to slide it on and put it together, and we'll see what we get. Looks good. I just connect it to here. There it is, perfect. Now, I could have left it a little longer. So maybe the nubbin here, the little button that pops out, should have made it longer. But that's okay. It don't matter. It's good enough. So I'm going to take it down on the dock and see how it works. And maybe it'll work better this time. So. Okay, I'm going to start, even though I pretty much did most of this, I'm just going to go back over it and see what I can feel. So I'm doing this all by feel. I can't see anything down there. Don't have a camera on it. See how oh, this is working good. Nice. And I can feel the very bottom of the keel, and I just went past it. I don't feel any growth. So it's been a few weeks since I did this originally, maybe about a month now, and it's not growing back, so that's good. It's staying clean. I got some grasses right at the water line, but and I'm sure there's grasses along the bottom of the hole all the way down somewhat, but I have that other cleaning tool that I have that activates the bottom paint because it's ablating bottom paint. Okay, it's moving up on me again, so I got to do something about that. So as you can see, the flotation moved. I was hoping this one little thing was going to hold it, and I need something that's going to hold this. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a zip tie around here, and I think that'll hold it, because this one stainless steel pipe goes into the other one. So right at this point, it's bigger diameter, so all I got to do is just put a zip tie around here, and it'll hold it fine. Won't be a problem. It'll work great. So it's good. So I'm going to go get a zip tie and put it on, and I think it'll be good. Okay, now it shouldn't move. And it looks a lot better too than that black foam that I had on there. Buoyancy is just about right too. So I'm just going to go back over it. Thing is, you got to keep it straight. You go this one side, it'll start floating to whatever side it's leaning towards. So Oh, this is a lot easier with this extension on here. Makes a big difference. And it feels clean down there. It's staying clean. I'm sure I'm going to hit a few spots I missed. I got a lot better control of it too. I can do this, I think, without missing any spots. I can tell when I hit a clump because there's a lot of resistance, and then as I push on it, I can just it just scrapes right off. So but I can feel I'm going all the way to the bottom. I can feel it's going all the way to the bottom. Okay, there's something there. Something's making it twist. And I can literally feel the bottom of the keel. It's actually going underneath the boat. It gets to the bottom. This is working really good. And the flotation is staying put. It's not moving on me. Okay, there's something there. Right in here. Yuck. Let's see if I can get this clump up here. Yeah. Okay, now I'm to the second scupper. That's where I finished yesterday. So I should be feeling growth now, bottom growth on here. Yeah, there it is. Okay, I'm on some bottom growth there, and I can feel it, and I'm just knocking it right off. It's coming. I can feel it's coming right off. That's working good. Now I go back over it. I can feel it's smooth and clean. Yeah, I can feel it. It's I'm definitely slicing it right off. You have to keep it straight. If you go sideways, it's going to start floating up. It's got to be straight like this, because if you get over a little bit, the flotation will start making it swing, or if you're over this way, it'll swing this way. As long as you keep it straight, it works great. I got to be careful here. There's a zinc plate on the bottom here, but I think I'm way below it. So something's, oh, I know what that might be. No, it wouldn't be that low. I don't know what I'm hitting. Something down there. I'm not going to force it. That's going. It's just a tough piece. It was on there tight. If you know how to play pool, you would have no problems doing this. It's kind of like using a pool cue. Okay, there we go. Feels like maybe a few barnacles I'm hitting. It's mostly just this kind of like moss and different types of seagrass. Okay, I'm going to stop at this last scupper. Just going to go back over this area. It was kind of bad, but it's clean now. Oh no. Well, that ain't good. Crap. My scraping tool fell off. So I don't know how far I got before it fell off, but it fell off. So, all right, well, I'll have to get another one. I'm not going to be diving down looking for it. I could go magnet fishing and get it. The only problem with that is it's made out of stainless steel, and magnets don't stick to stainless steel. So it was kind of a failure. It was working though, I could feel it. And in the previous video, how to scrape the bottom of your boat without getting wet, I think is what I call it, or how to scrape bottom growth off the bottom of your boat without getting wet. I had a camera on here, so I could see how good a job it was doing. It was doing a really good job. So, so I'm gonna have to get a new scraper. I'm gonna have to bolt it on better. The bolt that I had on there was too short. I had a wing nut on there, but I could only get the wing nut to go on a couple threads. So I'm just gonna have to get another scraper and go back over this again. I'll be able to probably figure out where it fell off, because when I get the scraper back on, there's going to be places I missed, because this little piping going to scrape a very wide area. And so I can kind of get an idea where it's at. And it's going to be a while. I do have dive equipment, or I can dive in the water and breathe underwater. But by the time I go back in the water, which I'm not planning on, wasn't planning on really doing it at all this year. I just did it. I just went in a couple months ago. And by the time I go back in with my dive equipment, that tool is going to be buried in silt. So it'll sink down in the silt and I won't be able to find it. So at any rate, another kind of half-assed victory, or a half-assed failure, however you want to look at it. But that's how I scrape bottom growth off the bottom of my boat without getting wet. So if you found this video helpful or entertaining, please like and subscribe.